Life is all about second chances, and the 90 Day Fiancé franchise has provided all of its villains with a chance to redeem themselves. Yet these are the only cast members who have made up for their wrongdoings. While 90 Day Fiancé and its multiple spin-offs are all about love and relationships, when something goes wrong in a storyline, there's always one partner that takes the bigger blame. Reality TV viewers love to hate those cast members who are on their worst behavior on the show, and everything they do has to be wick. Still, these evildoers sometimes, miraculously, turn over a new leaf. These villainous 90 Day Fiancé stars realize they have performed badly and try their best to make up for the wrongs with something good instead. A good comeback story is always welcome in the 90 Day Fiancé universe, especially when a cast member who disgusts viewers with their actions now makes viewers applaud them. Here's a list of the most hopeless 90 Day Fiancé stars who opted to change their ways and tried to earn the love of fans by doing the right thing. 9. Larissa Lima. Larissa doesn't belong in the House of Villains anymore. Larissa is considered to be one of the biggest villains in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. Larissa was even cast in the latest season of House of Villains. But Larissa doesn't quite live up to the label anymore. In her debut season, she was the ultimate reality TV queen, and whoever went against her was going to suffer a terrible fate. Larissa's mother-in-law, Debbie Johnson, would have agreed then. However, Debbie, who was Larissa's sworn enemy at the time, is now one of her closest friends. Larissa's attitude toward the people who mistreated her had changed. This has helped fans' views of Larissa to also undergo a transformation. Larissa doesn't talk ill about her ex-husband Colt Johnson anymore, even though he once wanted her deported. Larissa respects Debbie enough to keep Colt's name out of her mouth. Larissa has been living a not-so-controversial life off-camera. Larissa's 90 Day Fiancé career ended on a cam show, but she claims to have made more money when she turned to adult modeling. In the end, Larissa has changed. She doesn't even look like the same person anymore. 8. Usman. Is Usman no longer a Yahoo boy? Usman was called desperate for wanting to marry the 50-year-old Lissa Ham just to come to America. He was accused of being a Yahoo boy and a romance scammer because his actions suggested the only thing he loved about Lissa was the country she was from. However, the tables turned when Lissa used an offensive word towards Usman on camera. He received support from viewers, which eventually led to Lissa being removed from the franchise. When Kim Menzies wanted to date Usman, he played hard to get, since Usman was already a popular reality TV celeb, if not a good musician. Usman had never denied that he wished to move to the US to boost his career. He is one of the few cast members who isn't afraid to publicly call bully Angela Deem out. Usman's songs have a fan base of their own. He won praise when he launched a web series named Yahoo Boy to show how such labels don't really bother him or affect his swag. Usman may not have been the scammer after all, since he claimed Lissa stole from his cameo check. Lissa still keeps herself relevant by talking online about Usman. 7. David Toborowski. David has had the biggest redemption arc in the franchise. Fans used to scream at the TV asking Annie Suwan to run from David every time they watched the couple on 90 Day Fiancé 5. David and Annie's relationship is celebrated now for still going strong. He had an obvious drinking problem, had a strained relationship with his children, had made poor financial decisions, and was freeloading off his friend Chris. David's wanting to date and marry a woman half his age also made viewers uncomfortable. Yet David managed to easily get a redemption arc the more time he spent on camera revealing how genuine his love for Annie is. David was transparent when he decided to reveal his struggles on TV. He had lost all of his savings and his family after he got divorced. However, in 2024, David is on great terms with his kids, owns a $550,000 house in Fountain Hills, and is about to have a baby daughter soon with Annie, who he's been happily married to since 2017. It may have taken him some time, but David managed to get his life together and on track. David has mended all that was broken, proving to fans that he didn't deserve to be called a villain. 6. Statler Raleigh. Statler loved selflessly, but gained nothing in return. Statler made viewers cringe during her first ever interview on 90 Day Fiancé itself, when she described her disturbing sexual escapades in great detail on camera. This also involved her talking about sleeping with multiple women on the same night and something involving an elevator and a church. Statler's idea of moving to the UK without having told Dempsey Wilkinson about it first was also slammed. Then came her attitude, which meant Statler was always being negative about things and thinking of the worst. However, opinions about Statler started to change once she revealed that Dempsey cheated on her. Statler claimed that Dempsey cheated on her with a woman Dempsey was friends with. She accused Dempsey of owing her over $20,000 because Statler was fully financially supporting Dempsey during their road trip. Statler claimed that she was done defending Dempsey and that Dempsey was not the angel everyone thought she was. Statler is now receiving sympathy for putting herself out of her comfort zone to do the Euro trip just because she loved Dempsey. Statler was doing everything she could to support what was Dempsey's dream, yet getting no credit for it. 5. Rob Warren. Sophie Sierra's decisions made Rob look evil. Sophie Sierra's admission that Rob had cheated on her, while they were separated by distance during the pandemic, was enough for him to be called out. Rob was also mocked for his apartment that didn't even have an indoor bathroom and his accusing Sophie of being spoiled when she asked for the bare minimum. Sophie went through Rob's phone every time she had a gut feeling he was being unfaithful. She was right both times when she saw Rob flirting with random women on DM. However, Sophie was immature too. If she was so bothered, Sophie shouldn't have married him. Sophie wanted constant attention from Rob, and she was not willing to compromise even a little. When he was done trying and realized he was wasting time trying to win her back and broke up with her, she was upset not because the relationship was over, but because Rob was the one to end things. Sophie wanted to be the one to leave Rob, not the other way around. Sophie could have been trying to delay an official split for as long as possible so she wouldn't have to leave the US. 4. Michael Al-Sami. Michael has always been the victim. Michael DMing Angela out of the blue with no prior interactions or common connections to tell her she was beautiful was a red flag she should have seen. 90 Day Fiancé's Angela was blinded by the fact that a 30-year-old was interested in the 53-year-old her. Still, fans could see right through Michael's claims that he loved Angela. He also never hid the fact that he needed to come to the US for a better life, with or without Angela. Michael was accused of being a green card scammer. He even stuck around despite Angela's loud behavior. Michael running away from Angela after coming to the US was not surprising to longtime 90 Day Fiancé viewers. It was going to happen sooner or later, but in a plot twist of sorts, Michael received more support than Angela, who had been deceived. Michael was the victim in this situation, and Angela's own private investigator proved Michael was not a scammer or cheater during a happily ever after. Tell all. Fans generously gave Michael over $52,000. Just so he could fight Angela in court and teach her a lesson. Michael truly managed to make every viewer his fan. 3. Anfisa Arkhipchenko. Anfisa is digging for goals, not gold. Anfisa was deemed a villain for her money-mindedness and her manipulative, aggressive personality. Anfisa didn't think twice before claiming she didn't love her husband, George Nava, but loved his wallet. She had angry outbursts that would put Angela to shame, yet once George was sent to prison for marijuana possession, Anfisa revealed a different side to her personality. Anfisa's post-90 Day Fiancé life has been a success story and shows how independent she is. Anfisa lost weight, became a certified personal trainer, and participated in bodybuilding championships. Anfisa kept her dating life private to avoid any judgments, but openly spoke about how much surgery or cosmetic procedures she'd had. She enrolled in community college and graduated from business school debt-free. Anfisa is now a dual citizen of the US and Russia. She is no longer a villain, perhaps she was never one. A person can't change who they are overnight, but Anfisa's off-camera life shows that she never after gold. She was just chasing her goals. 2. Colt Johnson. Colt's possible amputation helped change views about him. In 2024, Colt is reportedly about to lose a leg to amputation after repeated injuries to the same limb have caused a serious infection in his body. A viewer who has known Colt from his 90-day fiancé debut days could never have predicted this is how Colt would ever live. Colt had his share of red flags when he married Larissa. He was smothered by Debbie and never learned how to treat women right. He felt that cheating was okay and that it made him look like a player and not a creep. Things changed when Colt decided to settle down and married Vanessa Guerra, a woman of Debbie's choice. However, happiness didn't last long for Colt as he and Vanessa faced a miscarriage, and she felt suffocated by Debbie's presence. While trying to mend things with Vanessa on the last resort, Colt had a terrible fall resulting in severe damage to his leg and multiple surgeries. The photos of Colt lying helpless in the hospital bed were enough to make fans' hearts bleed for him. With years gone by and Debbie being estranged from her son, perspectives on Colt have started to change. Colt is going through something life-altering and the last thing he needs is more hate. One Sarper given. Everyone is Team Sarper after The Other Way Season 6. Sarper was introduced as a self-absorbed model and actor from Turkey who had slept with 3,000-plus women before meeting Shekinah Garner. He claimed to have become a one-woman man after Shekinah, but his controlling behavior when he decided how she would dress, look, and act was concerning. Shekinah didn't seem to mind and always defended Sarper the perfectionist. She did it long enough until Sarper was no longer a franchise villain. Sarper grew on fans during the latest 90-Day Fiancé. The Other Way Season 6. The season revealed how Sarper wasn't quite perfect himself. He was broken, and despite all the physical changes, had not really come to love himself. Sarper changed for Shekinah and his efforts were applauded. Sarper especially won hearts during the tell-all, where he was the wisest, funniest, and most logical person in the room. It's rumored that Sarper is currently filming 90-Day Fiancé Season 11 next and viewers can't wait to see more of him. Sophie Sierra exposes 90-Day Fiancé star, who flirted with her after admitting she has 2 sons, amid shocking relationship status. 90-Day Fiancé star Sophie Sierra is revealing which shocking cast member was flirting with her while she was still married to Rob Warren. Sophie is a relatively new franchise star, but has already filmed 3 shows. Sophie and Rob got married in 2022 after Sophie moved to Los Angeles from the UK. Sophie is a social media content creator who had slid into model and actor Rob Warren's DMs after seeing him on a mixed-race men IG profile. Sophie had qualms about Rob's playboy behavior. Rob had online cheated on Sophie before they married. Sophie found evidence that Rob cheated on her with more women after their wedding. Sophie and Rob separated in May 2023, but their marriage remained in limbo for a year until they filmed 90-Day. The Last Resort in March/April 2024. Meanwhile, 90-Day. The Last Resort Season 2 premieres next week, and Access Hollywood has shared a preview clip from Episode 1. It shows Sophie and Rob spending time with Gino Palazzolo, Jasmine Pinetta, Julia Trubkina, and Brandon Gibbs. The pairs are discussing Natalie Mordaunt-Siva behind her back when Sophie adds, "Her man has been DMing me on Instagram." Jasmine is surprised and says she needs another drink as Sophie adds that Josh Weinstein first started talking to her as a friend, but soon began sending fire emojis on her body pictures and her gym Instagram stories. Why would he invite me to Vegas? Rob deduced that Josh was testing the waters. Sophie had told Rob about Josh's antics. She now wanted to know if Josh would ever cross the line. She liked an emoji that Josh sent and Josh told her that he was going to Las Vegas and Sophie should join him on his flight. Rob added that, as per the show's timeline, he and Sophie had just gotten married on 90-Day Fiancé Season 10 when Josh sent her the messages. Jasmine asked Rob to address the incident with Josh because it was offensive, and Sophie was still his wife. What Rob's close friendship with Josh means after he flirted with Sophie. Josh may have apologized to Sophie on the show. Rob and Sophie seem to have never met Josh in person when they filmed 90-Day. The Last Resort Season 2. Rob was not jealous of Josh for sending the emojis to Sophie or asking her to come to Las Vegas with him. He knew that Josh was a player and felt that Josh's interaction gave them perspective on their own marriage and made them feel secure since they shared such instances openly with each other. However, Rob and Sophie's marriage did not survive the last resort. Sophie was telling Rob about the DMs she got, but Rob had been talking to multiple women in his DMs while telling Sophie it was just one. Rob also became good friends with Josh, probably during filming the show in Arizona. Josh, Rob, and Jamal Menzies were spotted partying in Texas in April 2024 and have since formed a group called 90 Day Bad Boys. The trio has been on numerous trips together now, even international ones. Rob, Jamal, and Josh are currently in Australia. Our take on Josh reacting to Sophie's photos with fire emojis. What led to Rob becoming such good friends with Josh? Josh and Natalie are together on 90 Day. The Last Resort Season 2, but their current relationship status is unknown. Natalie had split with Josh because she wanted a child and Josh wasn't even ready to call her his girlfriend. If Josh wants to stay in the franchise, he needs to date a cast member to get more spin-offs, and may have figured out that Sophie was separated so he could try his luck. In the end, it may have been this incident that aspiring model Rob used to form a friendship with model agency owner Josh. Josh and Lily confirmed divorce in latest live. 90 Day Fiancé stars Josh and Lily are among the struggling couples in the latest season of TLC. Despite tying the knot, the two still had a lot of issues to solve. One of them is about their lack of intimacy, which was further emphasized in the tell-all. However, it seems things have already gone sideways between the two before they even solved their problems. What happened to Josh and Lily? The last episode of TLC before its tell-all segment featured Josh and Lily's wedding ceremony. They were able to push through the wedding despite some hurdles. Their big day almost didn't happen after Josh failed to pay the remaining balance due to his card not working. Because of this, Lily had to step in to help him with the bills. Lily admitted that it was somehow a test, but some people believe Josh didn't want to spend anything and intentionally restricted his card from being used on that day. Josh and Lily confirmed divorce in latest live. Some Reddit users react to Josh's latest interview, in which he shares that he and Lily are already divorcing after less than a year of marriage. He also confirms that he's now back in the US. Meanwhile, several 90 Day Fiancé fans are not surprised that the two would eventually separate. Others are also glad that Lily may have dodged a bullet from Josh, who has already been through 4 marriages. Man, how surprising. Who could have seen that coming? They seem like such a healthy couple. Jake, though, good for her. He's a loser and a leech, and I'm sure he hops from financially secure woman to financially secure woman like Tarzan swinging from vine to vine. Lily is, what, his 4th marriage? At some point you've got to consider that the problem might actually be you, Josh. He needs to stay single. He's not cut out to be anyone's partner. And no doubt going to live off his parents again. Vivian already predicted her mother's marriage. The first part of TLC Tell-All also featured Vivian being asked by Sean Robinson about her past statements that her mother's marriage with Josh wouldn't last. The 90 Day Fiancé star repeatedly said no, implying that she still has low expectations for her mom and Josh. She then called out Josh for being with her mom for a few years, but only made love 3 or 5 times. She added, "If you really love a woman, why you didn't her?" Surprising the other cast members. David Dangerfield's age, disability, job, Instagram, girlfriend, children, and more. David Dangerfield is one of the most loved cast members in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, currently in his early 40s. The Nebraska native first appeared in 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Season 6 with Shayla Mangabad, a single mother from the Philippines. David and Shayla met through an online community dedicated to deaf singles. As their relationship progressed, David flew from the United States to the Philippines to meet Sheila in person. Despite facing challenges due to their shared hearing disability, the couple got engaged during the season, and Shayla planned to move to America. During 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 Days Season 6 tell-all, David revealed that he had already applied for Sheila's K-1 visa to get married in the United States. However, his lawyers informed him that approval could take up to 2 years. Despite feeling disheartened by the news, David and Shayla remained hopeful and persevered through the difficult time. Unfortunately, In late November 2024, David shared more bad news with fans, revealing that Sheila's K-1 visa had been denied. David is devastated but is already in the process of applying for another visa. How old is David Dangerfield? David was born without the ability to hear. When David made his debut on the show, he introduced himself as a 42-year-old resident of Omaha, Nebraska. He fell in love with Sheila after meeting her through an online group for hearing-impaired individuals. Despite the challenges of being in a long-distance relationship, they remained committed to each other. After 2 years of chatting online, they finally met in person in 2023 in the Philippines. During the introduction segment, David explained that he was born deaf, while Sheila is partially deaf and uses a hearing aid. The 90-Day Fiancé franchise couple mainly communicated through texting during their time apart. While David is proficient in American Sign Language, Sheila has limited knowledge of it. During the 90-Day Fiancé spin-off, the couple seemed compatible except for issues with fluent communication. David appeared disappointed in Sheila, questioning why she hadn't learned sign language during their 2-year long-distance relationship before he traveled to meet her. To address communication gaps, he had to hire an interpreter named Amy Addie Wang for the rest of his trip to the Philippines, which caused more problems in their relationship. Sheila felt jealous of the young and attractive interpreter and even confessed to feeling insecure about her. What does David Dangerfield do for a living? David juggles 2 exhausting jobs simultaneously. Even though David and Sheila faced some challenges during their time on the show, their love has endured, and they're still together in 2024. David has returned to the United States to resume his job so that he can provide a bright future for Sheila and her son, John Rail. He is currently working 2 jobs, as a casino cleaner and a shelf stocker. His daily tasks include cleaning the casino machines and floors and stocking shelves at a grocery store. David enjoys both of his jobs and is happy to show the free food he receives from the grocery store. Is David Dangerfield married? David wanted to marry Sheila in 2024. David had been in romantic relationships before Sheila. However, he has never been married and doesn't have children. He had hoped to marry Sheila during Christmas in 2024, but their dream couldn't come true due to her recent visa refusal. In an Instagram post, David revealed that he had promised his recently deceased mother that he would marry Sheila. He added, "I knew Mom in heaven and will look me in future, and we will get new family in future." Despite this setback, David and Sheila are still going strong, and hopefully their long-distance relationship won't face any more challenges. David Dangerfield has 87K followers on Instagram. David keeps fans updated on his life on Instagram. Although David isn't as active as other 90-Day Fiancé franchise cast members on social media, he continues to share updates with fans on Instagram. David has 87K followers on the platform, including many well-known reality TV stars such as Liz Woods, Gino Palazzolo, and David Toborowski. Recently, David shared some pictures of Sheila from his recent trip to the Philippines. The post received nearly 5K likes and almost 100 comments, with fans wishing for Sheila to come to the United States soon. Hopefully, the 90-Day Fiancé franchise couple will reunite in America soon. The truth behind Jasmine Pineda's past marriage. 90-Day Fiancé stars Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo are among the struggling couples who will participate in the 2nd season of 90 Day, The Last Resort. The two have been navigating their marriage since they stepped onto reality TV. Jasmine often questions Gino's loyalty and their lack of intimacy. However, the Panamanian native has already been through a lot, even before Gino. Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo to appear in 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. TLC recently released a new preview clip for the upcoming Season 2 premiere of 90 Day, The Last Resort. It features Jasmine speaking in the background, saying it was their most important trip as a married couple, adding that they're pretty close to getting divorced. Everything is on the line between the two, and many are curious about how their marriage will turn out. There is also a scene where other cast members hold back Gino after seemingly fighting with someone. Moments later, Jasmine said she had certain needs that Gino failed to give her, but the camera later turned to Gino, who said that his wife is asking for an open marriage, which he's not in favor of. Who is Jasmine's ex-husband? Jasmine recently took to IG stories to answer several questions from fans. One of them is about her ex-husband. According to the 90 Day Fiancé star, her ex-husband cheated on her multiple times and even got another woman pregnant. She didn't share much about her ex aside from the fact that he's a doctor and a lawyer. She added that they both agreed not to share the names or any details about their children online, which may be the reason why Jasmine barely talks about them on the show. She then shared a photo of Gino cuddling with one of her kids with the caption, "You're amazing, Gino. Thank you for loving us so much." Jasmine Pineda's alleged new boyfriend. There have been rumors that Jasmine Pineda cheated on Gino Palazzolo with a guy named Matt Brannis, whom she allegedly met at Planet Fitness, where she often works out. Sources also claimed that Gino kicked her out after learning about her unfaithfulness. However, there hasn't been any evidence about Jasmine's alleged cheating. She even took to social media last month to share a silly photo of Gino sleeping on the bed without his hat, seemingly confirming they're still together. Subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Always be the first to get news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, USA Celebrity Corner 24. Thank you for watching.